Hello, Shiloh here. I'm back with another video. I said I'd make more videos, so here I am. This is like a board game I've made. It took me 2 days, and I'll just show you a bit about how it works. The rules to the game are quite simple. All you need to do is get one of your little troops into the circle in one of your opponent's bases, and then the game ends and you win the game. Speaking of the troops, let me give you a closer look at them. Here are the clone troopers, so if you want to be on the clones team. Moving up we have the Empire, and then moving up we have the Rebels. So as you can see, I did stick the heads on with blue tack, just a little bit of blue tack, so that when you lift them up, their heads don't come off the brick below them. But I didn't use too much. You can see it quite a bit on the rebel troops, but you can't see it on the stormtroopers or clone troopers because of their helmets. Thank goodness for that. During a turn, characters are able to move. They are also able to shoot and block shots. But most of what they can do are reliant on these. Now these show you what your character can do during that turn. So every turn you get to change what colour bricks you put into these slots. You can take them out and then swap them for other bricks. Apart from this one, this is stuck in because that one can't be changed. But the other three at the end can. So if during a turn you want your troop to be able to move 3 times, you put 3 blue bricks in, and if during a turn you want him to be able to, move 4 times, because of that one as well, but if you want your troop to be able to block 3 times, then of course you put 3 green blocking squares in. So at the start of each turn you can decide what you want these to be. You keep them hidden from your other players so they don't know what bricks you have put into your brick slot. There is also this one. Again, there's another brick that's stuck in, and these 4 red bricks are all movable, as I just showed you then. The red bricks show how many times your character can shoot, and the yellow brick shows how far your character can shoot. So if you were to have this stat, your character would be able to shoot 4 times, but would have to get in really close to be able to reach the player he's shooting. Now let's imagine that this rebel Captain Rex has come up to has got 3 blocking squares. Captain Rex would be able to take him out because he has 4 red squares, and the rebel player only has 3 blocking squares, so he would just get knocked out and he would die. And then Captain Rex could continue his mission all the way around and get to that, if he's very lucky, and those guards just sort of sit there and don't do anything. Characters are able to hide behind objects to avoid getting shot at, because the shot they're shooting is just going to hit wherever they're hiding behind. Also, I forgot to mention, when people move, they're able to move 1 like that, or just hop over a space. So if you could move 4 times, if Han Solo could, he could go 1, 2, 3, 4, or he could go 1, 2, 3, 4. It's really up to you how you do that. The only reason you would really not hop over a space and instead just sort of move like that rather than like that is if you were in a situation like this where you go 1, 2, and then you find that if you were to shoot him, you would actually miss. But if you went to hop over a square, you would also pass him, and when you shoot, you'd still miss him. So you move half a square, so that you align perfectly with him so that you can just knock him right out the game. Both walls and trees can be very useful for hiding behind when you're trying to avoid being shot at, but you can't put your troop right next to a wall because, as you can see, you can't even step him down by there, so you need to have him at least one space away from the wall, and also you can't move through walls or hop over them. You have to go around them. Same for trees and other things like the walls that build up a base. You can't just hop over that, you have to go around the entrance and not just bounce over the wall somehow. Also, no two players can go right beside each other because, as you can see, it is extremely hard to stand to people right next to each other, and same for the front. It just doesn't work. It looks like that, yeah, it just doesn't, so that can't happen. Each team has two special players. For the Rebels, it's Leia and Han Solo. For the clones, it's Captain Rex and some other high-ranked clone trooper. And for the Imperials, they have two scout troopers. What make these two characters special on each team is that at the start of their turn, they can roll this dice. And when they roll this dice, it may give them an extra stat that they can put next to their stat bar. So they might roll a green, which is a green square, a block, a blue, which is a blue square for movement, a yellow, which is an extra range for shooting, and a red, which is an extra shot you can take, a multi-square where you can choose which square you want to have, and a blank, of course, because you always need a blank. Otherwise, it's just not fun if you roll colour, because, like, well, there's colours everywhere, so, you know, you always need a blank. Also, I did make a little mistake when I did this example of Han Solo going across a scout trooper, and I said if he takes half a step, he can shoot the scout trooper. Well, I made him shoot the scout trooper while he's facing him from his side. For your character to shoot, he must be facing the character you want to shoot. Now you can knock him off the board. To change the way your character's facing, you can change the way he's facing during the start and end of your turn. So you can move like this, 1, 2, 3, then at the end of your turn you can change the way he's facing like that. No character has life, and no character can be revived from the dead. Once they're shot down, they are very much dead and cannot come back into the game until you start a new one. So Han here, the closest you get to life are how many times you can block shots. Han has 3 green blocks, which means he can block 3 shots from the 3 stormtroopers around him. But very unfortunately for him, those 3 stormtroopers have 2 shots each and range 3. So they are each in range 2 of Han Solo, and for them, they each shoot him twice, adds up to 6 shots, and Han can only block 3 of those shots, so unfortunately for him, he is very much dead, and then he's removed from the board. When you set your stats at the start of your turn, your stats cannot apply for one individual troop, they apply for all your troops as a whole. So this Han Solo's 1 speed and 3 blocks apply for all his troops, so all his troops have 1 speed and 3 blocks. That is very unfortunate for Leia, because if she only had 1 more blue block brick than she did, she would have been able to make it to the Stormtrooper base, but she didn't. So, unfortunately for her, she's probably gonna die next turn. Maybe. One of the Stormtroopers spots Leia, and with his 4 speed, he charges up to her to keep her from getting to the base, but very unfortunately for that Stormtrooper, he is just half a space away from being able to shoot Leia, and then on the Rebels' next turn, Leia hops onto the circle and wins the game. And then Han Solo comes back. Now, I know I said that's not allowed in the game, but just for the sake of the story, the game's over anyway, so yeah, you can bring Han back if you want to, and all the rest of your troops, because, I mean, it doesn't matter, because the game's over and you've won anyway, so just, make the story extra special. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please stay subscribed, and if you aren't subscribed already, be sure to go do that, and be sure that you can see all my other videos that I will be making. Please leave a comment in the comment section below if you think this board game's good. I'd probably like that more than anything, so please just spare the time to go do that. Thank you for watching, and I hope this has inspired you for any board games, Lego or not, that you are thinking of making. Thank you so much.